the real world road rules, real world versus road rules. You remember those days. And as MTV started falling off, they still had a banger here and a banger there. You know, Teen Mom. Teen Mom. There was also a show called Catfish, spin-off from the movie Catfish, where a person acts like somebody else to get another person, a stranger, to start vibing with them, to start falling in love with them, maybe start sending them some money. It was a good show. But you can't deny that it's just taking things.
The real world road rules. Real world versus road rules. You remember those days? And as MTV started falling off, they still had a banger here and a banger there. You know Teen Mom. There was also a show called Catfish, spin-off from the movie Catfish, where a person acts like somebody else to get another person, a stranger, to start vibing with them, to start falling in love with them, maybe start sending them some money. It was a good show. But you can't deny that it's just taking things. The shouts echoed across the pristine green, jarring the concentration of the world's most talked-about athlete, an older man, his voice strained with a desperate claim of love, was being forcibly removed from Caitlin Clark's ProAm. Security personnel, grim-faced, ushered him away as Clark watched, her expression a mix of bewilderment and steely resolve. Sophie Cunningham, the alleged object of the man's affection, stood mere yards away, her own recent embarrassment on the course suddenly overshadowed by a much darker public scandal. This wasn't just a fan interaction gone wrong. It was a devastating personal expose unfolding live, threatening to derail an already tense situation and pushing Clark to the brink of her composure amidst the unfolding chaos. Sophie Cunningham. Well, Sophie Cunningham's super fan got catfished. Oh, you hate to see it. I don't want to laugh. Serious matter, but you it's serious because it got taken to the next step. That makes it very serious. But Sophie Cunningham super fan got catfished into thinking he was talking to the one and only. Shout out to the W360. Shout out CJ, the white Nubian queen known as Sophie. Shout out to the Pope. The Trophy Cunningham. The elite Pelican Golf Club, usually a haven of quiet concentration for the LPGA event, had become a bizarre theater. Caitlin Clark, the unparalleled phenom, was drawing massive galleries as expected. But the day's spectacle quickly devolved into something far more dramatic than any golf shot. Pulling focus from the high-stakes game, the air crackled with tension, spectators murmuring as an uninvited, highly vocal guest disrupted the entire atmosphere surrounding Clark and her celebrity caddies. This unexpected interruption cast a long shadow over an event meant to celebrate talent and sportsmanship, highlighting the unpredictable pressures now facing top athletes in the public eye. To the W360, shout out CJ, the white Nubian queen known as Sophie. Shout out to the Pope, the Trophy Cunningham. Let's get right into it, shall we? Please like the video, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Kane Clark's prom interrupted by a man claiming to be Sophie Cunningham's boyfriend. Well, let's get into it, shall we? A man appearing to be in his 70s and claiming to be the boyfriend of WNBA star Sophie Cunningham was escorted off the ground. He was a man in his 70s, utterly convinced of a deep personal connection. His insistent claims were aimed directly at WNBA star Sophie Cunningham, one of Clark's Indiana Fever teammates serving as a celebrity caddy. He declared himself her boyfriend, a statement that immediately raised red flags for anyone with an earshot, especially given the public nature of Cunningham's actual relationships and professional life. His passionate, unwavering belief in this bond hinted at a much deeper, more troubling narrative that was about to unravel, transforming a routine golf event into a scene of personal drama and public spectacle, with Cunningham inadvertently at its core. Let's get into it, shall we? A man appearing to be in his 70s and claiming to be the boyfriend of WNBA star Sophie Cunningham was escorted off the grounds of the Pelican Golf Club during Kane Clark's prom round after apparently being the victim of a scam. According to the Daily Mail, Cunningham, who was among the celebrity caddies for her Indiana Fever teammate, was walking the 10th fairway when the man shouted for her several times, calling herself as she's probably like, what the underscore underscore, who the underscore underscore is that guy? According to the Daily Mail, Cunningham, two members of the Bear Police Department were assigned to the group for security. The man's loud cries for Sophie Cunningham were impossible to ignore, piercing through the polite applause and hushed conversations on the 10th fairway. His repeated shouts of Sophie forced attention onto the WNBA player, creating an uncomfortable spotlight on her amidst her professional duties. This public display of supposed affection wasn't charming. It was alarming, signifying a significant breach of personal space and an immediate cause for concern for both Cunningham and the event organizers. The disruption was palpable, signaling that this was no ordinary fan seeking an autograph, but someone driven by a far more intense and misguided belief when he produced messages from a social media accounted per pet pairing perpetams. The officer told the man he was likely being scammed. The man said he had sent his girlfriend almost $2,000 in gift cards through the account. The man continued to ask if he could talk to Cunningham, believing she would verify his story. A sheriff's golf cart then arrived, and he was escorted off the court. Quote, "So what? You're going to eject me for speaking to my girlfriend?" he said, according to the Daily Mail. The man continued to say, "If I could just speak to her." Security personnel, including 2 officers from the Bella Police Department, specifically assigned to Clark's group, swiftly moved in. Their immediate priority was to assess the situation and ensure the safety and smooth continuation of the high-profile event. The intervention was swift and decisive, reflecting the seriousness of the public disturbance and the need to protect the athletes from any potential harm or undue harassment. This rapid response underscored the heightened security protocols surrounding athletes like Clark and the proactive measures taken to manage unpredictable fan interactions at such visible public appearances, setting the stage for the true nature of the man's claims to emerge. Quote, "So what? You're going to eject me for speaking to my girlfriend?" he said, according to the Daily Mail. The man continued to say, "If I could just speak to her," as he was getting into the cart. Clark, one of the most popular athletes in the world, drew a large gallery of fans during her appearance in the program one day before the start of the Anokika driven by Gainsbridge. Prior to the man being escorted off the court, the caddies each hit a drive, and Cunningham hit a man in the gallery. Cunningham buried her head in Clark's shoulders in embarrassment before Clark pointed in the direction of the crowd and told her she hit a spectator. Cunningham then ran into the crowd, hugged the man she hit before posing for a picture. When asked to produce identification, the elderly man complied, but not without a baffling justification. "It's not necessary," he reportedly told officers, "because I am Cunningham's boyfriend." This defiant statement, delivered with unwavering conviction, suggested a deep-seated delusion, or more likely a profound deception. His absolute certainty in this fabricated relationship was chilling, revealing the extent to which he believed his own story, even when confronted by law enforcement. The incident quickly escalated from a simple disturbance to a complex situation involving personal identity and deeply held yet false beliefs demanding careful handling by the authorities present.